Okay, so Sony recently came out with a new pair of headphones. Okay, this is the Pulse Elite, and this is their latest iteration, latest design innovation in terms of headphones. And I've been using them, and they're not all that good. Just not all that good. Okay, so first things first, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a closer look at the Pulse Elite. Recently, PlayStation announced that they were coming out. Well, actually not recently. It's been a little bit of time now. I'd say rather a few weeks. They've announced that they were coming out with some new accessories for the PlayStation 5. Hence, the PlayStation Pulse Elite and the Pulse Explorer. And I might be wrong when I say Pulse Explorer. It might be a different title. Regardless, they're small earbuds that come in this really nice, futuristic little packaging. That's really cool. I don't have them today. We're not going to be reviewing those because I didn't buy them, but we're going to be looking at the PlayStation Pulse Elite. I'm kind of on the fence about this headphone. I don't know if I want to recommend it for you guys, whether you're gamers or just casual PlayStation players. Do I want to recommend these headphones for you guys? And so I'm a little bit torn between recommending these headphones for you guys or not, because I'm a little bit confused as to what I even think about them. In the past few weeks of using them, I have to point out that first things first, the build quality on the headphones and the overall design is nice. Okay, it's good. It gets the job done. It's a bit of a refresh to the older design. It looks new. It looks kind of familiar in a way. They've kept the same design language, but they've definitely made some improvements. Now, I definitely don't think that this design is better than the last one. I definitely like their first design. I actually think that their first design for the PlayStation 5, the first iteration of this specific headphone, was just really good. It was great. It got the job done. Now, in terms of design language this time around, we do see some consistency from Sony. So they've kept a design that is rather similar to the first generation of these headphones, but it is also innovative in its own way. I do have to point out that overall, on the main selling point, the main different aspect of the headphones is really much this new kind of futuristic design with the ear cuffs. So it's a new design. It's cool. It's functional and it works. The headphones feel pretty sturdy and they're not flimsy in any shape or form. But that doesn't mean that I actually like them. I'm not a big fan of this design right here. I just can't seem to get behind it. It's at times I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, it's kind of cool. And then most of the times when I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's not that cool. It's actually kind of shit. But with that being said, that doesn't mean that the headphones themselves are bad, or that doesn't mean that the headphones themselves don't have actual functionality and practicality, because that's mainly why you're watching this video. You want to know, despite my personal opinion on thinking that the headphones don't look so good, do they actually work properly? Are they nice? And I have to say, they are pretty good. They get the job done. Overall, a decent headphone. It's not perfect. It's not magic. It's not amazing. It's not the best you've ever seen, and it's not the best you'll ever have, but it's somewhere in the middle, and I think for the majority of you guys, it's going to be just perfect. It does have a familiar element that you see a lot with Sony headphones, and you've seen them in the past. If you've had previous Sony headphones that were dedicated for the PlayStation, for example, for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4, I know myself, there's one thing that always seems to come back, and that is giant ear cuffs. They've always had giant ear cuffs on their headphones, and it's something that I don't think they're letting go. But I do want to point out, whoever at Sony is giving the executive decision and the executive authority over this overall product design, keep them in charge. Keep making them like this, because it's good. It works. It's working. It's comfortable. It's nice. It's overall made out of this really soft leather-like material that's very nice. It is a little stretchy and a little loose, which I was a little concerned at first, but after using them for about a month, I've seen basically no wear and tear. This is a huge issue I had with previous Sony headphones in the past, that you just over the course of time, you use them and then they start to really kind of like shed, and they start to rip apart. And that was a problem I had with my last pair of headphones for the Sony PlayStation 4. I really like those headphones, but they just got so beat up, so destroyed, I had to get rid of them. And here we are, PlayStation 5 with a brand new pair of Pulse Elite. This is the second version, and so far they've been holding up really good. I don't have any complaints. It is very comfortable. So like I said, if you are looking for gaming headsets in general, not just this one specifically, but if you're looking for gaming headsets in general, I definitely say that on the top of your priority list, on the top of your standards for the headphones, you should look into really comfortable big ear cuffs. They'll change the way you listen to your games, to your music. just overall in headphones. It's not even just gaming headphones at this point. It's just an overall specification that I think will go a long way. If you invest in some nice quality headphones that have big, comfortable ear cuffs, you will be thanking me later. So the frame is mainly out of plastic. It is pretty sturdy. It's not all that bad. And despite the design that I'm kind of iffy about, it is actually pretty decent. It is comfortable. It sits just right on the head. It's not too loose, it's not too tight, it's not too heavy, so it is really good. I think overall the headset isn't the lightest I've ever had, nor is it the heaviest, but it sits somewhere in the middle, and I gotta point it out. Sony's design overall is decent. It's really not bad. I think most of you guys will actually quite enjoy the headphones. Now on the aspect of features, it only has a very few features. It has a power on button that you have to press and hold for roughly 2 to 3 seconds. When your PlayStation 5 is on, the headphones will obviously turn on. They have the same color scheme, the same design language as the PlayStation 5 controller. So when your headphones are on, the light is blue. When it's muted, the microphone light is orange. It's nice. You can control that from the headphones or from the controller. Very nice. They're obviously meant to work together. If you're looking to have a flawless PlayStation 5 ecosystem, this is definitely the headset I would recommend for you. This or the previous generation. In addition to the microphone and the light switches, you also have a USB-C port that allows you to charge the headphones. Now with that said, you can also charge them wirelessly. They have a stand in the box that you can kind of mount wherever you'd like. It's not the best idea in the world because you have to kind of mount it on a wall. That means you have to drill a small hole somewhere to put those. So maybe if you have a setup that enables that allows you to create that look seamlessly, then I would say use it. If not, just use the cable. It's going to be great. Next to the USB-C, you will find an auxiliary jack. A little bit random, not entirely sure. Obviously, you can use the headphones even when they're out of battery. You could just plug an auxiliary jack into the headphones and then plug the cable into your controller. It's going to work the same way as any other pair of wired headphones. It's nice. It's good. Are you going to use it? I would definitely say maybe not. And for the majority of the time that you'll have these headphones, maybe for like a year or two, depending on how rough you are, depending if you rage at your game and you throw your headphones on the wall every single day, they probably won't last you that long. But if you are an average normal person that you like to chill and lay back and enjoy video games like most of us do, then they should probably last you for around, a good 12 to 24 months, 2 years around or so. And I would say that for the time I've had them and the time I've been using them, they've held up well. The ear cuffs still in one piece. Everything is still nice and neat. Also holds up pretty good against dirt and stains and sweat, which is not too bad given the fact that it has a mainly white frame. And that's basically all you're going to find in terms of accessories. On the left side, you also have a retractable mic. It's simple. It's not the best in terms of audio quality, but it gets the job done. Now, one highlight about it is that when you're using it, it doesn't matter if your mom is cooking tikka masala upstairs or your sister's doing her taxes with her dog next to you. If you're in a party chat and you are speaking with the homies, they will hear you loud and clear. It cancels all the noise in the background and it really accentuates your voice, which is good. Not that said, you're also not going to sound like a host on a radio show. It's not fantastic, but it gets the job done. It's just enough. You want a game, you'll listen to your game, the party chat, and you get to talk as well. It's better than the built-in microphone in the controller. So I think it goes without saying, that's a little bit more than enough, and it gets the job done. So I'll settle for that. That said, if you are a weirdo that uses the auxiliary jack, you might never need to charge these. But if you are a normal person and you want to use these wirelessly as they're meant to be used, then the battery life will actually kind of surprise you. I've really enjoyed the battery life. I've been kind of surprised. Typically for me, when it comes to a wireless peripheral, I'm obviously not a weirdo. I'm obviously not a crazy person. If it comes to a pair of headphones, I'm not going to expect them to last me 6 months without a charge. I'm obviously going to be reasonable and keep it within a 2 to 3 week range. 3 weeks is already kind of pushing it. It is really good. These, I've been using them, I would say, every other day. Some days I wasn't. Some days I was a little more, depending on how many times I used to game. Didn't play that much, but I did hop on zombies with the homies a few times. And yes, it's been fun. Extended sessions for about 3 hours each. Battery life has been doing really good. Kind of surprised about it, actually. It's been really nice. In the past 20 some plus days that I've been using them, I haven't even charged them once. So if you were looking for something that has really good battery life, this might be your best bet for the PlayStation 5. Which also leads me to another point that is very interesting. You can connect up to 8 different devices with this single pair of headphones. it has a USB receiver that you can plug into your PlayStation, but you can also plug it into other devices, and you can connect it to up to 8 devices at once. That's crazy. Gaming PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 maybe, and whatever else you might be using it. Maybe your laptop. I don't know. Why would you need it to connect to 8 devices? Now, all in all, I have to admit that for the $150 price point that these Pulse Elite come at, it's fair. It's a decent product. I would say it sits at right about a 7 out of 10. It's not fantastic. It's not amazing. The noise canceling is just right. The sound quality is also just right. Good amount of bass. It's not too loud. It's not too punchy, but it is okay. They do have very accurate sound reproduction. And when it comes to just overall laying back, enjoying, kicking your feet up, connecting online with the guys, playing with the homies, whatever the case may be, you want to lay back and enjoy a video game or just a story mode game, this will do the job just fine. So for $150, guys, I want to know, is this the best headphones on the market right now for wireless gaming or just overall gaming in general? I will definitely say that I don't think they're the best ones, but they might be the best ones for PlayStation 5 because they support the PlayStation 5. And let's be honest, there's a lot of headphones that don't support the PlayStation 5 because Sony had thought about these for a while and they just didn't want to tell you, but they were telling you in some way because they were like, listen, if you have wireless headphones, you can't use them. It's actually kind of weird because I used to have a pair of Sony XM5s and I tried to use them on a PlayStation, and note, very, very key word here, Sony XM5s, try to use them on a Sony PlayStation 5 and it didn't work. Very odd. I don't know why Sony did that. It's kind of weird. But anyway, that being said, thank you so much for watching the video. If you've enjoyed, give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. It's only going to take us another 34 months to get there, but I'm hanging in strong. It's going to be a great journey. With all that being said, if you've enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Comment section down below. Let's start a conversation there. With all that being said, I wish you guys the best of luck in everything you do. This has been the PlayStation Pulse Elite. I will return these as soon as I get the chance and as soon as this video is done. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.